Welcome to my first YouTube video. I'm Nick, I'm based in the UK, and it's currently approaching spring 2022, and pandemic and current political crises permitting, I'm planning for a big trip around Europe. The trip will be split into two parts because I have a family commitment somewhere in the middle, and so the first part I'll be travelling south down through Poland and as far as Greece and back up through Croatia and Italy, Switzerland, etc. And I anticipate that part of the journey will be about 6,000 miles, 10,000 kilometres. Come back to the UK for my family commitment, and then I'll head off again, this time north through Denmark, Sweden and Norway up to Nordkapp, coming back down through Finland and Estonia and round. And I'm not sure how far that will be yet, possibly somewhere the same, but my route isn't set in stone. I'll just show a bit of the idea of the route. It's going to go through quite a number of countries heading south, and possibly 5 or 6 coming back, which will be interesting. Today I'm out just checking on testing some of the equipment that I've got. So the biggest piece of that equipment is the motorcycle that I'm on, which is a 2022 Honda CB500X, which I've recently picked up. It's only done about 40 miles, so I'm taking it rather gently on it. And so far so good. I picked it up in the pouring rain, of course, and the roads are all greasy and drizzly, as these things often happen to be. But it was fine on the way home, and it's seems pretty fine now. Part of my test also is the camera equipment I've got. So I've got a GoPro Hero 10 mounted on the crash helmet, and that's using a Drift Ghost microphone. The camera on the handlebars is a Campark XC30, I think it is, Ultra HD 4K. It doesn't have external mic capability, so I can't plug a mic in, so I won't be using that for sound. But this is just to really check the two cameras and just see whether they work in conjunction with each other. Just going to pull over here. Get that one fired up. Of course, in its casing you can't see whether it's actually going or not, so I'm just hoping it is. I'm going to have to assume it's doing something. Like B. Well. Anyway, so this is a test of those. The trip itself, I forgot to mention, will be motorcycle camping. Camping where possible. I've got a bit of a budget tent, so I don't know how that will work. I've only used it once last year, and the weather was quite mild, so not really a good test. But before I go, and I'll probably be going beginning of May, I'll get out and test it out a few times in various weather. And so yeah, so it will be camping or hosteling and possibly hoteling at various points, depending on how it all works out. I think the trip itself will take about 3 months, and in order to prepare for it I created a mind map, which is where you start off effectively with a blank piece of paper and put down your big idea in the middle. So I started off with a big trip, and then it branches out from there. As you think of things, you just sort of add another branch, and as you think of things in more detail associated with that little node, or whatever you might call it, it branches into more. So here's the mind map that I prepared for this trip, and I think I'll probably go through some of those nodes in a bit more detail on another video. But as I say, this one is really just an introduction to me, what it is I'm up to, and the the trip that I'm planning. If you're interested, this is Aldbury in Hertfordshire in the UK. It's quite a pretty little village. And somewhere there's apparently a coffee shop, which is what I'm looking for at the moment. Of course, during the pandemic, a lot of coffee shops and cafes and that lost their businesses. So I'm not sure what I'll find here. Stocks Road. There are on that green there a set of stocks. Nope. Okay, right, I'll speak to you soon. I'm just going to see if I can find that coffee shop. So still looking for that coffee shop. The countryside around here is really pretty though. Don't know if you can hear me. I'm hoping so. Bit of a ziggy-zaggy road. Bend. Back into Aldbury, there was nothing up that way for a coffee. Just see if there's anything around here. So this is Stocks Road, because there on the green are the old stocks from I don't know what century they are, but they're fairly ancient, I'm guessing. Ancient monument, please do not touch. Pretty duck pond, etc. Anyway, I'll let you go. I'm going to probably just stop up here at this pub, the Greyhound, and see if I can grab some lunch. See you later.